He was ridiculed, shunned, said to be dreaming the impossible. 1989, the world watched as a Nigerian man, Philip Emeagwali, claimed he'd harnessed the power of 65,000 processors to create the world's fastest computer. But the secret wasn't silicon. It was found in nature, inspired by the intricate, buzzing architecture of a beehive. For centuries, the narrative of innovation has been carefully curated, meticulously packaged, and often exported. We see the gleaming towers, the silicon valleys, and hear the names whispered with reverence. But what if the seed of that innovation, the core algorithm, the very heartbeat of progress, sprang from a different soil? What if the ancestor of artificial intelligence was not a carefully coded program, but a naturally occurring phenomenon, honed over millennia? We've been told that supercomputing was born in sterile labs, fueled by complex equations and government grants. Yet, sometimes the most profound breakthroughs are hiding in plain sight, disguised as ancient wisdom. Consider the humble beehive. A marvel of natural engineering. A decentralized network of thousands, each individual acting with singular purpose, yet collectively solving incredibly complex problems. It is a natural supercomputer. In 1989, at a time when the world was captivated by the growing power of these silicon-based computers, a Nigerian scientist, Philip Emeagwali, dared to ask a different question: what if we could mimic the hive? He looked at how these tiny mathematicians of the insect world distributed labor, how they communicated, how they solved problems of optimization and efficiency. The conventional model of computing relied on a single, powerful processor, a bottleneck that limited speed and complexity. But Emeagwali, drawing inspiration from the beehive, envisioned a different architecture, one of massively parallel processing, thousands of processors working in concert. He took the principles of the hive, the decentralized decision-making, the distributed problem-solving, and translated them into a complex algorithm. Emeagwali achieved a staggering result, making headlines globally. His design was used to design supercomputers that could model weather patterns, find oil deposits, and even simulate nuclear explosions. And here's the hidden truth, brushed aside, overlooked, almost forgotten. In 1989, Philip Emeagwali, utilizing an algorithm inspired by the intricate designs of beehives, created the fastest computer on Earth. Wait, what? Why does this story of Philip Emeagwali, and of African innovation itself, matter now? We live in a world shaped by technology, but how often do we consider the hands that helped mold it? The contributions, sometimes hidden, often overlooked, of Africans and people of African descent. The answer, sadly, is not often enough. Think about the computer on which you're watching this. Did you know that a key figure in its very creation was a man named Mark Dean? In 1980, Dean joined IBM, a time when the idea of a personal computer was still largely a dream. But Dean, along with his colleague Dennis Moller, revolutionized the industry. Together, they co-invented the industry standard architecture, the very system that allows peripherals like printers and monitors to connect to your computer. This wasn't just a minor tweak, it was a fundamental breakthrough. In fact, Mark Dean holds 3 of the original 9 patents on the pioneering IBM PC. Let that sink in. This son of an engineer and a school teacher, a man who earned his PhD in electrical engineering from Stanford, was instrumental in building the machine that now sits on nearly every desk in the developed world. And yet, his name remains largely unknown outside of specialist circles. Why? Because the narrative of innovation has often relegated African contributions to the sidelines. It's a narrative we must actively rewrite. These stories matter because they inspire. They demonstrate the power of ingenuity, the universality of brilliance, and the untapped potential that lies within the African continent and its diaspora. They challenge the stereotypes and the ingrained biases that limit our understanding of who creates, who invents, and who shapes the future. But here's something even more astonishing to consider. Mark Dean, this pivotal figure in PC history, wasn't just content with revolutionizing how computers functioned. He also holds a patent for the color PC monitor. Wait, what? And there you have it. Philip Emeagwali, the brilliant mind who dared to look to nature for inspiration, achieving what many thought impossible. His story isn't just a historical footnote, it's a powerful reminder of Africa's capacity for innovation and its deep connection to the natural world. Emeagwali's journey proves that solutions to complex problems can be found in the most unexpected places. His work paved the way for advancements we benefit from today, from weather forecasting to medical research. We hope this inspires a new generation of African innovators to tap into our rich heritage and solve the challenges of tomorrow. Want to explore your own innovative potential? Visit pornoafric.com/shop.html and grab our creator kit for just $47. Inside, you'll find curated tools and resources to spark your creativity and bring your ideas to life. The African story is one of resilience, ingenuity, and boundless potential. It's a story that deserves to be told, amplified, and celebrated. Tag someone who needs to hear the African Story Globe Show in Europe, Africa. Let's share our history and build a brighter future, together.